Successor Agency, Calexico Financing Authority. Roll call.
Mayor Hodge,
Here.
Mayor Pro Temp is teleconferencing in. Mayor Ariola Fernandez.
Here.
Mayor Risen. Councilmember Pacheco.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, and it's approximately 6:46. Okay, Pledge of Allegiance, please stand. I'll lead you. Hand over heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We should know it by now, but want to lead us? Can you? Together. Wow. We pledge. Yay, excellent. Now, the invocation. Wow, who's going to do that?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, David.
You guys
Mayor
ready?
Pro Tem?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Ok. Señor, te damos las gracias esta tarde, Padre, por tener la oportunidad de poder estar aquí sirviendo a tu comunidad, a tu gente y más que nada a ti, Señor. Te pedimos que las decisiones hoy sean sabias y sean de tu honra y tu gloria y que nos cuides a todos en estos momentos tan difíciles, en cuestiones financieras y en cuestiones de salud y en cuestiones de la relación contigo, Padre. En el nombre de Jesús te damos las gracias. Amén.
Amen. Thank you. You may be seated.
Gaby.
Okay. All right. City Attorney, any
Oh, there it is.
closed session announcements?
I'm there. Thank you.
Carlos?
Okay. All right.
Closed session announcements.
Closed session
Yes.
City Attorney, any closed session announcements?
None. Mayor, we met in closed session, gave directions, and no reportable actions were taken, and thus we have no closed session announcement.
All right, very good. Thank you. Moving on, approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved to approve the agenda?
Second. Second by Councilwoman Fernandez. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? It passes unanimously. Okay, please, announcements, City Clerk.
This is the time for the public to address the City Council on any item not appearing on the agenda that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. During the current state of emergency, public comments submitted via email by 5 p.m. deadline April 1, 2020 will be read aloud and entered into the record. If the item you comment on is consent, it will be read under public comments. If the item is in discussion, potential action items portion of the agenda, it will be read when we get to the item on the agenda. Any comments received during or after the meeting will be distributed to council and retained for the official record. City Council is prohibited by state law from taking action or discussing items not included on the printed agenda.
All right, thank you. Do we have any public comments?
We have one, sir.
We have one.
The comment is from Mr. Ben Horton.
Oh, surprised.
Number one is, it is okay for some non-essential businesses to remain open, even for City Council member Risen is daily in the business location doing business with no business license in his name. The city administration seems to turn a blind eye to the fact. I was under the understanding that the cannabis sales would be in a set located. With that, way, is there a location on Cole Boulevard in front of Jack in the Box advertising cannabis sold here? Number three, what plans does the city administration have to inform the citizens and businesses of the city of Calexico of the government stimulus programs? I might want to point out I sit on the Economic Development Financial Advisory Commission, and I know we could come up with a plan that would work. Number 4, in reference to the independent contractor that are working in their home and being paid by public funds, we need accountability of the work being performed. That means yours truly.
Fine, duly noted. Okay, we're not able to respond to that, not at this point in time. That was the only one? That's the only one, sir. All right. Now we have city council comments and reports of meetings attended. Councilwoman Fernandez?
I don't have anything.
Not today. Councilman Pacheco?
Attended the ICTC meeting.
Very good.
No updates. Continuing to work on Ollie and Rockwood, I believe, on an expansion. And we're working on the demolishing of the old port of entry, so we are waiting for funds, I believe. But other than that,
And they've modified their bus schedule, correct?
they're trying to do that, yeah.
They're
and,
trying to do that
yeah, they're looking at the rates too, so I don't know if they're gonna,
All
those
right.
will change either, but that's what we got for
All right.
ICTC.
Thank you, Councilman Pacheco. Councilman Risen, any council comments? No comments. Okay, I have one. I want to commend the administration. I'm sorry, what? Oh, I'm sorry, Mayor Pro Tem, sorry. You have one? No comment. All right. I want to commend administration, department heads, and employees for being proactive in providing information to the public about the coronavirus and practicing social distancing. We are stepping up in our communication. Starting in a week, I will join Fire Chief Diego Favila in communicating by video updates, concerns, statistics, and questions to our citizens on the evolving coronavirus crisis. To repeat for the benefit of the public, citizens can continue to ascertain valuable information about the coronavirus crisis through the Fire Department Facebook and City Hall's website. Thank you. That's all I want to say on that. All right. City Manager's report. Nothing at this time. Mr. Figueroa?
On one important item is that we are, as a matter of fact, this afternoon, we shared a lot of important information to our local businesses in terms of the federal resources that are becoming available through local programs, so they can know where to go and get information and potentially acquire any type of opportunities that these programs are being offering through our local Small Business Development Center here in Imperial Valley. So I do want to point out that even though unfortunately our commissions are not meeting right now, we are conveying the information to our commissioners so they can extend that information to businesses through their networks.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Figueroa. All right. We have consent agenda items number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Is there a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve.
All right. Is there a second?
So move.
Okay. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right. Sorry, Chief. Go right ahead. We're going to go back under City Manager's report and allow the Chief to speak.
Just good evening, and this is an informational item for the council and the rest of the community. I have gone on Channel 66 to do a couple of PSAs in reference to the police department's activity with the downtown area and the business people and some safety tips. One of the things that we have spoken about, we've held conference calls with I'm the chairman of the chiefs of police for the county and the sheriff, and we've held 2 of them alongside with the fire chiefs of the county association, which includes Fire Chief Favila, who happens to be the chairman of the Firefighters Chiefs Association. We are working very well hand in hand. There is a lot of stuff on the background that we're working to ensure public safety. One of the things that we keep on asking is for people to stay home, try to avoid be outside in groups. I think as the people follow this, we'll be able to hit that curve and actually see the curve go down. We haven't reached the pinnacle of this virus, and I need for people to don't get scared, but just be very cautious. Take it seriously. This is not just a virus that affects old people, the elderly, but it affects young people, all ages. It doesn't discriminate. It depends on your immune system and how good you can fight it. On another note, with the stimulus package coming in from the government, one of the things that I have said to our listeners out in the community is, number one, the Internal Revenue Service does not call you on the telephone and ask you for your personal information. They don't ask you for your social. They don't ask you for your date of birth. They don't ask you for bank account numbers. They will not send you anything on an email either. So what you got to look at this is this: if you are due a stimulus check, the federal government will mail it to you. They're still trying to work out the kinks on this, but they'll probably most likely mail it to you. They'll send you a form to fill out and send back to the Internal Revenue Service. If you do get a check, the check is going to most likely come from the Department of the Treasury or FEMA. They haven't told us who the check is coming from yet. Don't fall victim to these scammers. They're already calling. They're already calling people. They're requesting information, personal information, bank account numbers. The government does not do this. They do not call you on the phone. They don't have the resources to be calling all the U.S. citizens. They're scammers. So do not give your personal information. If you are due a stimulus check, you will get one. If you are not due a stimulus check, you're not going to get one. Simple as that. Safety in mind. People, please stay home. They are not closing the port of entry as of yet. Don't fall for that. National Guard is not coming to any city in California yet. They will tell us. It's not going to happen overnight. If anything happens, we will have enough time in our city to give notifications to our citizens and to our staff that this is coming. We are working alongside with the federal government, the FBI, ATF, everybody that's involved. It was really good teleconference call that we had today. We had over 25 attendees on our side, which is fire and law enforcement. We even have people from the Cachan police department that were supposed to log on, but they're on board now. We have the state parks, we have FBI, we have all the fire departments. And like I said, we're all working together as one, and we all bring everything to the table. The EOC at the county level, they have a 10 o'clock briefing every morning, which the fire chief, myself, we have representatives over there, plus we listen in on the conversation. So if there's anything coming down the pipeline, you will be notified as a council, and whatever the citizens need to know, they will also be notified. So if you guys have any questions regarding that, we're working a lot of different details on price gouging, which is a crime, up to $10,000 per occurrence. You also got to take in mind, though, that a lot of our suppliers that are supplying our local stores, the mom and pop stores, also up the prices. So if somebody's selling eggs for $7.99 when they used to be $3.99, we're asking for invoices on their purchases, and we're verifying that it's not a ridiculous amount of markup. It's within the 10%. We've responded to 2 calls for service on that. So we are trying to do our best. We're asking the downtown merchants to lock it down. We as a city decided to take a very proactive approach on this, and we're locked it down a little bit more strict than other cities in the county because of the 1.3 million people that live right next to us. We don't want to open up and allow a lot of people to come in because they're not being tested. We don't want to get infected. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Police Chief Herrera.
Something.
Question?
there's a lot of people walking now, and.
It's a fashion thing.
We don't have, especially in Andrade, it's very dark, and these, people are walking with families, and they're crossing the street, not even checking if there's a car coming. And there's not enough lighting on Andrade, so, I don't know if there's some kind of, if they are gonna walk, if they could at least wear something light.
Yes, yeah, so no, we'll put that out. We've always asked people to, wear reflective clothing or wear something light. Unfortunately, a lot of people, like to wear dark colors because it makes them look thinner when they're out walking, so, truth. So we'll put that out, and I'm pretty sure Diego can have his guys put it out on there, those little safety precautions, because it's hard to get medical aid right now at any hospital, and if you get hit by a car, you might not get the aid as fast as you need because they're taking care of people that are sick. So, yeah, I'll pass that on to them. I think they want me to do another PSA for Channel 66 tomorrow. So,
Very good.
Right.
Thank you, Chief. All right, it's time now for discussion and potential action items. Item number 7, subject, authorize the city manager to purchase one asphalt patch truck in the amount of $212,984 from PB Loader Corporation under Sourcewell Cooperative Purchase Agreement for the Public Works Department - Streets Division. And some background, welcome.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Yes, this year we have been able to replace some of our older vehicles in our Public Works Department. And I come before you to ask authorization to purchase an asphalt patch truck. The last time we purchased an asphalt patch truck was in 1991.
Wow.
So it has given us about approximately 28, 29 wonderful years. But right now it's not working. So unfortunately, we're not able to patch the majority of the streets. Instead of going out to bid, we are requesting to purchase it through a cooperative agreement that is part of our purchasing policy procedures. So I would like to request authorization to purchase it through using a cooperative agreement through Sourcewell, formerly known as NJPA.
Okay, very good. Any questions, council, or comments? Long overdue?
And we did have 2 companies bid out.
No, what we didn't
No
bid it
bidding.
out. We went through the
Cooperative.
cooperative agreement. And funding for this is coming out of the gas tax. It's not part of the general fund.
Not part of the general fund.
We need it.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do.
it's a good thing. Any Mayor Pro Tem, do you have a comment on this item or question?
No comment at the moment, Mr. Mayor.
All right, sir. Is there anyone from the public that has a comment on this item?
No.
No. Okay.
Mayor, we'd like to do a roll call vote on this one.
Huh?
A roll call vote so he can vote. A roll call vote.
Why? What? You want to vote on this, right?
A roll call vote. I'll call your name, you vote.
Okay. All right. If I understand you. Okay. All right, we're going to vote on this. All right. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, very good. All those in favor, say aye.
Mayor,
Okay,
Mayor
I'm
Hodge?
sorry, you want a roll call on that.
Mayor Hodge?
Aye?
Councilmember Arreola? Councilmember Horizon? Councilmember Pacheco?
Aye.
Okay.
Councilmember Romero?
Aye.
All right,
We have.
okay. That ends discussion on potential action items. Now we move to a public hearing. So we will open the public hearing now at approximately 7:06. Item number 8. Allow me to read the subject. Public hearing to determine whether there exists a majority protest to leveling the calendar year 2020 assessment for the Calexico Business Improvement District. Continuing, adopt further resolution a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico, California, confirming the Advisory Board 2019 report and levying an assessment for the calendar year 2020 on the Calexico Business Improvement District. Okay, so we open up the public meeting. What do you want to do first?
I have a comment.
You have a comment? Okay.
A comment from Mr. Ben Horton. He says, how can we, at this time, when businesses are closed, think about levying the calendar year 2020 assessment for the Calexico Business Improvement District? Where's the documentation and transparency to justify the levying of the whole calendar year of 2020 assessment?
Okay. Is there anybody else comment from the public? That's it? Okay. You want to respond, Mr. Figueroa?
I don't want to sound repetitive because on March 18th, we presented the item and the reason why it was being brought to you at this time of the year. Considering the current conditions, one of the things that I do want to be clear is that we've been playing catch-up to make sure, one, that the bid is fulfilling its mission to assist the businesses it covers in both zones. Two, after 4 years actually of the bid not actually being as active as it should, the actual levy was not assessed for those years. For 2019, an activity report was drafted and it was approved by the bid, and it's part of the item that you have in front of you today. So basically what the bid did was not going and charging more than what it had been charging in previous years. At this point, again, we talked about it at the last meeting. It's being brought for you given the process that we need to follow. So if there's any questions, concerns, or comments by the council, I'll be more than happy to address them.
So the bottom line is, are we going to charge them $100?
So regardless of when that happens, which I think that may be something that can be discussed, there should be a charge for calendar year 2020. Given the conditions, obviously, that are not favorable economically right now, an option that you folks may consider is to consider what you have in front of you today with the condition that this levy be put to practice by our finance department once our economy in downtown and the zone in Imperial Avenue begins to restart again, which we anticipate is going to happen before the end of the year.
Okay.
It might hold off on the actual levy.
Till businesses,
Pick up.
exactly.
But you're saying it's okay, go ahead and adopt this resolution with the caveat of what you just said for the
Of
finance
giving
director.
businesses the opportunity to get some oxygen in them again, get up and running, and once we see that, we will begin to reconvene again our commissions, our bid, and everybody, and our finance department can do their job in implementing this resolution.
Okay. Nobody from the public any longer, so we'll move over to the council. Any comments or questions? Anything else, Mr. Figueroa? No? Just
Nothing
waiting?
unless you folks have any questions.
No?
The only thing I have is that I'm looking at their expenses, and I see, I guess it's for advertising. They're using one vendor, and I think we need to be more,
Democratic.
a little more open about see who we give an opportunity
Right.
to do this. But that's just what I saw.
That's a great point, Councilmember Pacheco, and I would, if you give me the opportunity, I would like to share with you and the rest of the council that one of the things the bid has been directing staff to do is draft an RFP that will take effect in calendar year 2021. What that means is that by the fall of 2020, we would know who would win that bid, so they can provide those services in a transparent opportunity where the bid and staff gets to determine who's the best fitted to take on those duties.
Yeah, give everybody an opportunity to.
Exactly.
Yes.
What happens is that Tony Dominguez has he's the only one that really bids, but he uses, all sorts of media. It's not just his own paper, so nobody else comes around. But what really bothered me more than anything is the amount of money they gave him, like in this show. That was a little too steep. I think you'll agree with me, Mr. Pacheco.
Okay.
Saw that. So, we should tighten up a little that.
It's just,
So as part of this, and I don't mean to segue away from the item, but
Yeah.
no, but you bring a very good point, Councilman Risen. One of the things that we're trying to accomplish by putting this RFP out is setting the guidelines beforehand, so we address your point.
Okay. Anyone else?
that's,
All right, that ends the discussion. So we've had the backup, we've had Mr. Figueroa and the council and the public. Proper procedure here, do we close?
Close.
Close it and then vote?
Yep.
Okay, so we're now going to end the public hearing at approximately 7:12. Very good. Now, do I have a motion on this item based on what Mr. Figueroa also advised?
make a motion to accept this resolution of the City Council of City of Calexico confirming the Advisory Board 2019 report and levy an assessment for calendar year 2020 on the Calexico Business Improvement District.
So moved by Mayor Pro Tem. Oh, okay, very good. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, it passes unanimously. I'm sorry. Yeah, I closed the public meeting. All right, I think that is at the end of our meeting, except for future agenda items. Councilman Risen, any future agenda items? Okay. Councilman Pacheco?
Not so much in an agenda item, but I read a tweet from Mr. Peroni, and Mr. Peroni put out a little item for the Heffernan Board to make sure that they assist in a manner that they provide some services to the community, whether it's giving surgical masks or gloves or whatever to the community. To an extent, I think he has a point. What have they done? And this is right up their alley. They should be doing something for the community. My bigger thing is that it looks as if this board is kind of handcuffed by LAFCO. They're kind of just hovering over their decisions, and we need the assistance from this board to assist with our ambulance services. I just think we need to reinvest and reapproach these people at LAFCO, not so much here, but let them know that this is life-saving times when we're looking at ambulances that are a bit older now, and we need to take care and update and bring in newer ambulance services because the ambulance is getting a little old. I'm sure they need to be just upgraded, and I think if we write a strong letter to LAFCO to really let these people do their job and service the community, and that would be, because we don't have hospital services here, we just have places to go to see a doctor, but if that is something that we could do to help move them along, to give these people permission to purchase ambulances for our city, I think that would be something that we need to do during these times that we have right now. That's all.
Very good. Thank you for your comment. Councilwoman Fernandez, future agenda item? Excuse me?
I'm gonna remove Mr.
You
Pacheco.
agree with him? Okay, do you have any other
No.
future agenda items? On behalf of, as mayor, I have one. Rest assured, City Hall and City Council will continue to be here for you, the public. We will continue to provide services, contacts for help during these hard economic times, and valuable information on the coronavirus crisis. We will make sure our information is up to date and accurate. We will be straightforward and honest with you about these uncertain times. So let me be honest, we as a community and a nation will have to abide by the stay-at-home mandate up to at least April 30th, and most likely, very likely, beyond that time period. We must all work together and do our part. Find coping mechanisms to reduce, control your anxiety and fear. Have faith. We will get through this. This is a time that challenges our faith and character. Yes, we are being tested. Practice love and huge amounts of patience with each other, and find the positive in this situation, and we will prevail. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. And, all right, is there a motion to end this meeting? I'm sorry. Mayor Pro Tem, I'm sorry. Do you have a future agenda item? All right. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. All right, is there a motion to end this meeting? Motion?
So moved.
So moved. Second by Ryzen. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we adjourn. Did we beat it? No, we didn't. We didn't beat it.
Chief, how old is